Hey guys, I didn't realize you were there. I'm just having my breakfast, which is really kind of my dinner. My dinner was my lunch. I'm weird. I've been up all night. It is 7:48 a.m. I'll go sleep in a couple hours. It'll be fine. So, I really had nothing to do for the wrap-up vlog this week. I pretty much have said stuff. If you want to go check out the previous videos this week, Monday Musings, of course, every Monday, and Wednesday I announced the winner of the original art giveaway, and I'm in contact with Idea Podcaster now. He's the winner, but we're going back and forth emails and trying to figure out what I'm going to draw for Idea Podcaster. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Other than that, it's just been business as usual. I am working on something for Zone 4. I have been working on it all morning, and hopefully next week I'll be able to unveil it and debut it in commemoration of Zone 4's 8-year anniversary, which is really cool. Today, a new episode of Zone 4 goes up on Comic Frontline and on iTunes, Stitcher, etc. We had a fantastic guest. Her name is Jen Finelli, and this woman, she's like a Renaissance woman. She is super talented, and she's just all over the place. I had the pleasure of meeting her in person at Wizard World Austin last year. She came up to our table and was just gushing about all our projects and all our books and everything. And she started following us on social media, and she kind of started following me and everything I was doing. And she contacted me about the podcast and asked if she could come on. And we had like a 3-hour conversation with her. And I didn't do much talking. Ron and her kind of did a lot of back and forth, and I jumped in towards the end, mostly Chris and I. But it was a fascinating interview. She's done so many things. You guys should definitely check this interview out. She's a doctor. She's a science fiction author. She lives in Puerto Rico. I mean, it's amazing. I admire and respect Jen so much, and I want to live up to that kind of commitment to everything, so I got some work to do. Speaking of work to do, Celestial Falcon, we've been hammering that out. If you've been paying attention to the Patreon page over there, been updating it with lettering videos and flatting videos and so on and so forth. But like I said, it's business as usual. I'm just sitting here eating cereal, working on the Zone 4 thing, about to put together a review video for Comic Frontline. There was a special WrestleMania book comic that came out from Boom Studios. WrestleMania is, of course, this weekend. I'm a big wrestling fan, so it was a really cool book, and it had 5 different stories in it. And if you're a Daniel Bryan fan, you're going to love that story. If you're a New Day fan, you're going to love the goofiness of that. If you're a classic fan, you're going to appreciate this humorous retelling of Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10. If you're a Triple H fan, you're going to get a good story on that. There's a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn story. It's just really good, and I can't wait for WrestleMania. It's going to be exciting. We're going to do a live show over on Comic Frontline about that. So a lot going on. The big thing, which I do need to tell you guys that is going on, and I know this is just a talking video, and I hope you guys can bear with me through this, but I will be going to Kentucky soon, and during that time I'm going to try to pre-record videos so there's no lag, especially Monday Musings. At least Monday Musings is going to go up every Monday, and it may not be as topical as I've been doing because I'll have to do them ahead of time. I'll have to pre-record, but I'm going to try to do those and a couple of other videos, maybe some reviews or singing videos or something. I'm going to give you guys something to enjoy. You won't even know I'm going, but I'm going to be going there for a few days here real soon, and bringing somebody back with me. My mom is coming to Texas, so it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing her, and it's going to be fun. So got a lot going on is what I'm saying. there's a lot of things in motion, and so I'll fill you guys in about that later, but that's pretty much what's going on. I'm reorganizing things, moving things around. My recording area is going to be a little different. Probably the next time you see me, maybe not next week. But soon, because we're going to be changing things around here, and I think I'm going to be in a different location in the very near future. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I mean, just so much stuff. Like I said, Zone 4 this today. Got the WrestleMania thing this weekend. 123 podcast that'll be up on Zone 4 eventually as well. The Zone 4 announcement. It's no April Fools. I'm not. There's no fooling. This is obviously the 31st, so I wanted to make sure I got this video out today and not tomorrow. So nobody thinks things are just I'm just speaking out of thin air or whatever. So I don't really have much to talk about today. That's the sad thing. I don't want to bore you guys by just rambling on about anything. I will tell you this, for my fellow comic fans out there, if you've been upset about the direction of X-Men for X number of years, no pun intended, as I have, you need to read X-Men Prime. I would recommend reading this last issue of All New X-Men, issue 19, and then reading X-Men Prime, because it changes things and it corrects things and it brings things back to the core of the X-Men. It kind of takes them forward a little bit out of the norm, but not into this kind of drudgery that we've had in recent years. It's a brighter, hopeful kind of new beginning for the X-Men, and I'm really looking forward to X-Men Blue and Gold coming up. I highly recommend this book, and I'm not going to go too much into it because obviously we have Comic Frontline live on Tuesdays, and we do our top 5 and worst picks and all that stuff, and I want to save my full thoughts for that, but I'm recommending it. I'll leave it at that. And as far as music goes, I don't know. I listen to top lists on Spotify because I'm not really sure what I'm into these days. I've told you guys, I'm more R&B and pop and that kind of thing, but I like all kinds of music. And I just listen to the top lists and listen for things to come up. And recently there's been some songs by an artist named Madeline Bailey. I'm really liking her voice and her style. And there's another one of Julia Michaels. She does Issues, I think that's her name. I really like those songs, and I'm kind of liking that kind of music. And I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan, and I like his music a lot. And there's a couple of other British artists that I really like. So I'm more of the ballad kind of style. I like all kinds of songs. I like slow and fast and everything. But as far as my personal taste, I love ballads. I love emotional, heartfelt. Just kind of slow and get it out there and get people, to connect and feel that emotion. That's the kind of music I like. So anyway, that's it as far as recommendations, I guess. If you are, whether you're a country music fan or not, if you're an Elvis fan, Johnny Cash fan, whatever, you should check out the series Sun Records. I've only watched one episode so far, but it's a really interesting show, kind of chronicling the rise of Johnny Cash, Elvis, and Jerry Lee Lewis. I think we haven't seen him yet, but we've seen different artists and characters from that time period, and it's really interesting so far. The one episode I've seen, and I recommend it. I'm a big Elvis fan too, so. I definitely wanted to try this show, but I wasn't sure because it was on CMT, and I didn't know if it was going to have a more country music bend to it. I mean, obviously there's influence there. I'm not a big country music fan, so. But anyway, I recommend checking out that show. So I've given you comic recommendations. I've given you podcast recommendations. I've given you music recommendations, TV recommendations. So I think I've done my job with this vlog, so I'm gonna get back to my cereal, which is probably getting really soggy now. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this. You guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you right back here for Monday Musings on Monday. Take care. Be good.